24 hours to go. I wanna be sedated. Nothing to do, no way to get home. I wanna be sedated. So the thing that I'm spamming to every channel that I'm in is live science fiction editing stream, day 31, taking viewer suggestions, 1 month progress, 252 out of 642 pages. Follow your dreams. So I made a horrible shit post about Joe Biden yesterday, and everybody was like, "Please let it be real," but it's not real. It's just a horrendous shit post. It's like so bad I won't I won't tell anybody about it. They gotta find it. Joe. He makes it too fucking easy to let me see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I can't accept the full blame for Joe right here. I was aghast to learn that I ain't black after watching the Charlemagne the God thing. But anyhow, we're here to escape political bullshit, not to pile it on. I just think there's a lot of humor to be found in both of the candidates that are currently available. Oh, man, you gotta laugh so you don't cry. A lot of that happened in this book right here. All right, so what's new with me? So today, I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting with broccoli beef balls. That's a real thing. I'm not sure if it's a good thing, but I've invented it. What I did was I took that old sous vide, which is currently cooking up my soy mustard rump roast, which is going to cook for 24 hours total. Hopefully that's good. But what you got right there? Yeah, so the broccoli beef ball idea is to marinate a bunch of broccoli in like soy sauce and sriracha and a little bit of vinegar, and with broccoli and onions and diced serrano peppers and garlic, all that stuff. And I had that sous vide for about 4 hours and about 130 degrees. And then it's been sitting overnight in that refrigerator, steeping in them juices. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of ground beef. I'm going to add some salt and pepper and ball it up. And some of them I'm going to stuff with this broccoli mixture. And some of them I'm just going to mix it in there. Because I'm not sure whether a core of like onions and broccoli and peppers and stuff is good, or if it like kind of evenly distributed throughout the meatball is going to be good. And I think I got a lot of eggs. So not, inside my body. I'm barren. But I think I'm gonna fucking try hooking up some egg whites in there and maybe like basting them with egg yolk. I really need a kitchen brush. I might just steal one of my brushes from the paint shop, as grody as that is. But please do not send me a kitchen brush, people out there. Yeah, just don't mail it to me. It's just out of laziness, not having this implement. So that's happening. Got the roast happening. Got a new crop of coffee happening. And I did all that yesterday in lieu of cleaning up my house, which was my actual goal. But I also went for a bike ride to get my heart rate up and went out on the motorcycle and drove out to Brownsville. And in Brownsville, I saw sitting in front of the hospital these temporary morgues that they've set up. There's like generators hooked outside of them, and they got air conditioning units going, and they're trying to keep these cadavers chilled until they can figure out what the fuck to do with them, because like every kind of funerary processing thing is just way overloaded. And it was kind of like it was weird because you were seeing a lot of people out, and I was seeing there was like a park, one of those spots where dudes who actually care about their bodies will like work out and do push-ups and like jungle gym it up and all this other shit. And that was just crawling with dudes. They were all over the fucking place. And then a little bit down the road, there's that old temporary morgue. So, yeah, I could hear the fucking Ghana coffin music playing in the background. It was nice. I love that meme. But good God, it's been ridden into the dirt. Fucking companies using it now. shout outs to, yeah, we're now sponsored by Rackspace here on account of them giving me a fucking shirt. Honestly, Rackspace is not terrible. Like, I think some listeners of my other show used to work there. And anybody that will hire that person, they're like saints. I don't know why I'm dissing her for no reason. She knows it's not for no reason. She knows. She knows. All right, what do we got here? I think on a Monday morning, we may not have that many people incredibly interested in getting up on the spoke, but that's fucking fine. This is a Sarah chapter, which means I can probably do it myself for the most part, just not as well. Kind of amazing at this point to realize that after a month, we're like at least a third of the way through this motherfucker, a little bit more than it. So it's like a 3-month edit. I'm gonna, I should let the editor, Tim, know that we need to revise our schedule until probably the end of July. So like August 1st, I'm gonna start saving now and hopefully I'll have $1,500 for August 1st. The tough thing is, you know, I have to mull this over and think to myself, can I sell this project to a publisher? My gut feeling is no. I think that this is a little too extreme. Even if we take out just the hard R and words and the like, you can't put like just our last fucking chapter where we were like, oh, the arch faggot behind the whole conspiracy. That shit does not fly with publishers. They're not into arch faggots the way that I am. And it's a shame because God, what a fucking image that is. But they're just, that's not gonna fucking fly with several publishers that I know. And I know this because like I used to date one of the publishers that I know. And she was kindly enough to edit like a lot of my stuff. And during the editing, she's like, I don't know about this, Zach. You know, I don't know about this. God, you hear me like wax philosophical about that relationship often, but God, the things that must have been running through her mind during all this bullshit. Oh, God bless her. She's a real one though. I like that woman. But if we're being real, I like pretty much all women that have ever given me the time of day. I'm not hard to make happy. All right, what do we got here? 31, That's What I Am. So this is Lemon Maybe and the Electric Lady by Zak Zyz. Chapter 31, That's What I Am. No, that's not how you say it. That's what I am? It would be more like that. So it's 2.7. It's at 1:22 p.m. in Bay Ridge. Hello. And then this is a Sarah Shiner chapter. I wonder what. So here's, yeah, I think there's some scholarly shit. Yeah, you can tell I'm like real scatterbrained at the moment. Well, yeah, why are superhero names alliteration? Let me see. I have Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, Lois Lane. Oh, yeah, it's just because they had so many characters, they were trying to keep them all track. Robert Bruce Banner. Cornerstone, Silk Spectre. Huh. Both their real name and their superhero names, alliteration. All right. I don't like relying on some Gunts for Geeks blog, but there you fucking have it. Okay. So it was originally a mnemonic trick for these people to keep their shit together. All right, I'll go with that. And I noticed, like, I never have any trouble remembering Lemon's name or Sarah's name, but like where I get into confusion is with the Matthew Hausterlitz character. By the way, I think at the end of this whole thing, we will probably rename Matthew. We could call him Harold, Harold Hausterlitz. Or Harry Hausterlitz. It doesn't fucking track right. But yeah, like, I think Matthew is too close to maybe. And I don't think I can rename this character because I've just been working on this for 6 years. So in my head, he's like fully Matthew. But it would make a lot of sense to make that shift. Anyhow, let's get down to it. God, I'm starving. The fridge is bare and the cupboard's barren. There isn't even pasta. Sarah can maybe scrape. Let me see. Sarah can maybe scrape together enough loose change to go down to the bodega and buy a couple of packs of ramen. The couch cushions have already been mined. There isn't even enough loose change to buy a pack of ramen from the bodega. Thinking about it, though, Sarah has no desire to eat noodles or anything else. As she laments her plight, Sarah realizes she has no desire to eat noodles or anything else. How long has it been since I've eaten? She has to think hard about it. She had the tea with that loathsome slug, Gary. Wait, did we make her thing be tea? That's like a weird choice. Hold on. Let me... so this is page 252. No, she definitely did not have... Wait, oh, are we matching? No, we're... Alright, so let's go way back. And let's find... Cool. I like that I can remember one word from the chapter. Oh, we have to read through this whole fucking chapter to find out what she's drinking. Hold on, let me do y'all all a favor and blow my nose so I'm not snuffling this whole time. Yep. And if you ever wonder why, like, I always turn off the camera when I get up to get things, it's because I'm not wearing pants, and I don't want to get banned off of YouTube for shocking the world. Just putting it out there. I don't swang like that. Nearly pukes. Yeah, we talk a lot about what Gary's drinking. Okay, let's search and see if we can find a spot where he's got coffee, and then I want to change what she was drinking to coffee. Pappy's coffee. Yeah, we don't have any. So he drinks a cappuccino, but we don't talk any about the pantomime. She takes her coffee black and unadorned. She prefers her coffee black and unadorned. I like that. Ignoring the unspoken jab. I like that. Yeah, it's just like a little tiny fucking thing right there. But they're at a coffee shop, and I want it to be real that Sarah has a cup of coffee. And then let's go to the scene where she grabs her hand, or grabs his hand, and oh wow, about Janice and her homie diking out. That was a neat scene. Holler if you're out there, by the way. The chat has just been silent, and I just, if one of you is the FBI or something, it's just polite to introduce yourself. Okay, yeah, there's no spot where we can inject that pantomime. And Control G. Ugh, finding a replace is really sticking in there, huh? 252. JFK crash was terror attack. I love it. Oh, fuck. Did we fuck up our page spacing entirely with that edit? We did. Oh, fuck. This is why you got to be careful. So we can just go back to unadorned. She prefers her coffee black and unadorned. And then we just, it really doesn't matter because in typesetting, we will fix all this shit. But just in manuscripts, I just do this. I don't know why. It's mostly out of, oh, there's Steady right there. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you before. Yeah, we do this every morning for some reason there. We're about a third of the way through this book. And I promise you, we make more rapid progress normally. But yeah, I was kind of scatterbrained this morning. What was that? Is it fucking a police car? Oh yeah, that's them federales. God, I tell you what, man. Wish you guys would get on with it. I know you like those like long, drawn out investigations, but you should have everything you need. But at this point, I'm not clever. Ugh. How long has it been since I've eaten? She had coffee with that loathsome slug, Gary, but there wasn't even milk in it. She had limes and salt with her tequila the night she shocked Lemon, but nothing else that day. No wonder she got so fucked up. I really haven't eaten anything in 2 days. Haven't eaten anything, and what's more, haven't really wanted to. Oh yeah, this is not good. For a moment, that's terrifying. No, we don't need... For a moment, that's terrifying. For a moment, the thought terrifies her. She wonders if she's just starving to death and has been hallucinating all of this. The worry passes. Oh, yeah, let's just take that out. One thing that I find myself doing frequently in writing is de-escalating tension. And it's like, why do you go to the effort of building up all this tension and just let it fucking dissipate with nothing happening there? Tension's one of the things that keeps people reading. Like, if people don't feel tension in a scene, they can just set the book down. Nothing's happening. There's no threat, you know? There's no worry. And I think, like, a lot of writers fuck up and just resolve tension too early. And you can do the same thing in, like, telephone calls and in improv scenes and all kinds of stuff. But, yeah, I think I definitely could stand to focus more on where the tension is in my scenes and just be wary of resolving it for no reason. Sarah tries thinking of all the things she likes to eat. Eel cucumber rolls, bright red slabs of tuna tied to pillows of vinegar rice with plenty of wasabi and soy sauce. Bright red slabs of tuna. Yeah. Eel cucumber rolls and bright red slabs of tuna tied to pillows of vinegar rice with plenty of wasabi and soy sauce. Yeah, it's just, that's not a good sentence. Bright red slabs of tuna tied to pillows of vinegar rice with plenty of wasabi and soy sauce. The club hero at Roy's. Turkey, ham, bacon, and Swiss on a sourdough hero with cherry peppers and pickle slices. Lobster bisque, strawberries, hot chocolate. It all sounds as bad as appealing as chewing cardboard. It all sounds as appealing as chewing cardboard. She must be dying, must have a brain tumor or something. She must have a brain tumor. But when she looks in the mirror, But when she looks in the mirror, she doesn't look like she's dying. Her color is good. Her eyes are bright. She looks a little skinnier, but nothing she couldn't stand to lose, honestly. Wondering about the tumor. And then she feels like an idiot. The charge doesn't reflect. Still fixated on the idea of the tumor. Still fixated on the idea she has a tumor, Sarah stares at the mirror. The charge doesn't reflect. Yeah, that's better. It's just like a dumb little note, but like, yeah, her electrovision obviously wouldn't, it's not visible light that she's looking at, so it wouldn't reflect in a mirror. It's my theory, anyhow. I'm not an expert on this. Let me see. I should know this, but I think it's 100 amp. Like an average house is 100 amp. Very old homes. Electrical heating systems. Let's see. 60 amp. Two family residents. Each unit has its own 100. Yeah, let's just say that she has a 100 amp board. Still fixated on the idea she has a tumor, Sarah stares at the mirror. She dips her vision into the spectrum and tries to peer inside her own skull, but then she feels like a fool. The charge doesn't reflect. Instead, she follows the glowing lines of the sink outlet down to the basement, watching 100 amperes. Hold on. Ampere? Yeah. Yeah, let's just fucking hear it. Pronunciation.
Ampere.
Ampere. All right, so we got it right. I should have just known that like immediately, but I didn't. I was dumb. Yeah, it's like really kind of just showing your asshole on twitch.tv, like how dumb you are nonstop with this, like all the mistakes that I make in writing this and just all the stupid shit that I should know. Like I was an electrician, you know, like I should, but we just called them amps all the time. We never said amperes. Maybe she would say amps here, but I like having amperes there. Who starts to salivate? She's hungry for charge. Really? That's what I want now? That's what I am? Mm. For a moment, she's stung by the idea that she's become a freak. But after last night, after the storm, how can she be so insecure? But after last night, after riding the lightning, she can't feel insecure for long. Everything else seems so little, so inconsequential. Yeah, we can't. All right, I shall return. One second. Wait, did I? There we go. There's our doggo. Whew. Y'all too quiet. Man. Shoutouts to being completely allergized. By pollen. Fuck you, pollen. Alright, what do we got right here? For a moment, she's stung by the idea that she's becoming a freak. I'm like utter freak right there. And for a moment, Sarah feels like an utter freak. But after last night, riding the lightning, she can't feel insecure for long. Shoutouts to Metallica. Compared to riding the lightning, everything else is inconsequential. The rent, the empty fridge, walking home in a garbage bag, it's all nothing. I came with the storm. It's been a long time since she's felt pride. A long time since she... A long time since she hasn't felt like a mad woman. A long time, but she's changed now. She's something... Yeah, this is like a little heavy-handed right here. It's been a long time since Sarah's felt pride. A long time, but she's changed now. She's something else. something stronger. If the juice is what her body needs, she can take it. Thrusting each into one of the slots of an electrical socket. It seems like we could reduce this somehow. So one thing I wonder here is if she's like jamming the like one. Is that an ungrounded outlet? Because it's an old house in Bay Ridge. Like there might not be a ground wire there, and would she give a shit about whether or not the outlet is grounded? Would it fuck up what she's trying to do here? Like I don't know enough about how electricity works when you're trying to drink it to know how this would all go down right there. But hold up, let me. Let's see. Dong Rito chatting in LRH. Yeah. Yeah, it's a slow day. I guess everybody's out for fucking Memorial Day, having the time of their lives. I can't blame them. Maybe I should go out and do. Let me gander at that old weather. Seems like I'm gonna get stormed on if I try to go for like a long ass ride. But I mean, it's not the end of the world to get rained on. Like this happened to me before, and will happen again. No, God, no, no, no. Yeah. Hold on, that fucks up our whole operation. Fit with. There we go. The current didn't hurt at all, quite the opposite. Sarah eyes the screwdrivers hungrily, and then decides that's a stupid way to go about it. Then she decides that's a stupid way to go about it. Oh, fuck. So she's in the basement. It's a basement apartment. All right, we got to rewrite that. Okay, cool. It's been a long time since she's felt pride steadying herself. She takes 2 long screwdrivers from her toolbox and inserts them into either side of an electrical socket. Fuck it, it's only 110. I have said that a bunch of times working on like panels and shit like that. Like, fuck it, it's 110. Then you get zapped, like, ow, fucking 110. Very, very seldom will you hear somebody say, fuck it, it's only 240. No, nigga. And then like, fuck it, it's only 277. No, you're dead. Fuck it, it's only 480. Yeah, like RIP. Oh, that shit hurts. You'll never forget that. It makes you mad too. Like, getting shocked by current just has like weird effects on the body. Some will make your like arm tense up and so forth. And some shocks, they'll hit you and you'll go like Hulk mad as a result of it. It's just like your vision will go fucking red. You'd be like, ah. And it's like, even if you're a person where, you know, like I've injured myself on the job plenty of times, I don't get fucking furious. I was like, ow. Like, that was dumb of me. You know, that's going to hurt for like a week. Not the type of person that gets super upset when I'm working alone, at least. Man, if I'm like working on something and really concentrating on it and somebody's like fucking talking to me while I'm doing it, like, that's one of my least favorite things ever. Like I used to do a lot of computer consulting and stuff, and the person be like asking you questions and shit while you're working on it, and you're just like, hey, this is a hard problem. You know, I don't know what the fuck is going on with your like 8 toolbars that you've installed with this whole nonsense and your fucking DLL errors and all this other like you're like trying to think, and this person's like blah 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 blah. Fuck. But that doesn't make me like furious. That's just like yeah, totally. No, yeah, you should do that. You know, right in his ass. You know, just kind of non sequiturs the whole time. But it doesn't make you like furious. Like getting shocked will make you, you know, that whole kind of thing. Oh. Side cutters is all one word. So side cutters is a electrician's term for just like a set of pliers that is relatively heavy that can easily cut through 12-2 wire. Like, and they're like the number one tool that an electrician will use all fucking day long. And guys that were like, they'll like grease the fucking hinge on their thing and like throw them up so they go click, 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 click as they're coming up and down. Like if you ever start as an electrician's apprentice, you basically have to go out and buy like a set of those. And I think Klein is the brand that we were like, yeah, that's the good brand or whatever. And nowadays people just like work with whatever Chinese knockoff. But back in the day, you would buy like a Klein set of side cutters, and that would be what you'd work with all day. And strips the hot and neutral. Mm. Yeah, I like that, where she's aware, at least of that the electricity that she's generating might arc to the mains and fuck up everything. Back at the scorched outlet, Sarah plugs in the stripped extension cord, then for a moment she feels power flowing through her, as nourishing as hot broth on a cold day. I wonder if like someone would really get it up for broth like that, or if they'd it's like a soup, nourishing as chicken soup on a cold day, as clam chowder on a cold day, hot man gravy on a cold day. Yeah, like, nourishing as steaming broth on a cold day. So the steaming isn't really like, I think nourishing is our problem there. Like steaming broth on a cold day. Feels power flowing. warming up her whole body like steaming broth on a cold day. Then snap. Snap. The breaker trips. Then snap. The breaker trips again. It's infuriating. I'm too hungry, trying to draw too much at once. I like that we have an entire chapter about a woman attempting to eat electricity. Oh, I was just so glad I get to do this every fucking day. This is like the goofiest shit, but I'm having a good time with it. It ain't easy. It's like taking a tiny drink of cold water from a full jug. It ain't easy. It's like taking tiny sips of cold water after running a mile on a hot day. Like taking half a drag of a cigarette. Like rubbing just the tip. ... Ellipses are our friend. Although that... Let's say M dash. I don't... Yeah, there's just not a good... there's not good punctuation in English for trailing off. It really, they're just ellipses aren't quite right, and M dash isn't quite right. It feels incomplete there. And like, so the comment would be like to, yeah. Off goes the breaker. Sarah huffs in exasperation. She wants to storm, not this little sip through a straw 112 volt bullshit. Well, there's no storm here. From the fringe of light glowing around her blackout curtains, it must be a beautiful day outside. For a moment, she thinks about heading out there, climbing a utility pole. For a moment, Sarah thinks about heading out there. Outside? For a moment, Sarah thinks about heading outside, climbing a utility pole, and grabbing those beautiful glowing lines. It's weird that they... I guess we have utility poles here in fucking Bed-Stuy, so possibly... Yeah, I think they have utility poles down there. There's got to be some neighborhood in fucking Bay Ridge that has utility poles. A lot of places in New York, all their wiring is in the ground. But I know here in Bed-Stuy, we've got like utility poles in certain areas for sure. Climbing a utility pole and grabbing those beautiful glowing lines. She pictures hanging from them like a monkey and drinking her fill. But someone would call the cops. She'd probably blow the transmitter and short out the whole block. It might just kill her outright. Sarah really doesn't know how this works, what she can take and what she can't. One more time, she flips the breaker. She takes a lead in either hand, trying to keep her mind blank, to let the current flow. She makes it almost a minute this time. Her hunger fades down to a low rumble. The breaker clicks and the line goes dark. I can control it, her voice rings out. Sarah's voice rings out in the empty apartment. She's standing in her underwear, holding a stripped extension cord, grinning like a fool. Holding a chopped up extension cord, grinning like a fool. Control is hope. Control is the chance she could stop frying everything she touches. Control is power. Hell yeah. Alright, so what's... Oh shit. Yeah, so here we're going to introduce Terry, the meth queen, in chapter number 32. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do today. I think that's like a solid contribution right there through a Sarah Shiner chapter. I'm going to go eat a muffin. So we got through about 5 pages today, and then that is... Let me see, 31. And then... So we went through about 959 words. Cool. Was it 959? Help me out here. Yeah, 959. And let me see how long we edited for. Okay, so an hour and 9 minutes. Yeah, I feel like a little ADD this morning, so I'm not gonna push it too far, especially with our homies not here. But yeah, everybody have a good day today. Thank you to anybody who tuned in to this. I really enjoy having some folks watching and making some good progress, slowly but surely. I'm gonna revise our completion date to August. I think August 1st. I want to have this done by then, and that's enough time where we can take like our time and go over some problem chapters 2 or 3 times if we need to, and still feel like pretty solid about it. All right, everybody, have a good day, and I may return for more editing later, but I've got to clean up this art.